Thank you again for coming back and listening to the Virtual View Show. We're going to be talking about Love and Hip Hop Season 6, Episode, unfortunately, 5. And man, as much as I want to give a good review, it's getting harder and harder and harder each and every fucking episode. I mean, really, and there's going to be some curse words along the line. So hopefully you can tighten up your seatbelt and handle the rough ride. And it might not be that rough because actually this show is beyond boring. And it's a shame because when you hear beyond boring, you're thinking, well, maybe she wants to see an all out brawl and people arguing and yelling and fussing and fighting, which they had a little bit of that involved in this episode. But man, I don't even know how to describe it. And again, I mean, if you would have heard my first episode, which I know so many people did hear the first episode, I mean, I really was gassed. I was excited. I was like, okay, we got these new cast members. We have this quote unquote black love, which is Remy and Pap. They're on the show. And then we have Amina, Tara, and Peter. They're going through their love triangle. So that should bring a little bit of drama to the show. And then, Rich Dollars with all these women. And then the list just goes on and on. And I did some research just to find out if I'm the one who's really feeling that. Is this an isolated feeling? Um, is there something going on with me that I'm just not into this show? But actually it's not. And hopefully I can read some blogs to you before we end this episode. So I'm hoping everybody's feeling good tonight. But man, I could tell you that this episode, man, I think it was worse than the last episode. And I mean, it's just honestly, it's just getting worse and worse each and every episode. I mean, I'm struggling. I'm telling you, I am struggling so hard to watch these episodes. I mean, I've never had to rewind the same episode over and over and over again just to get a good understanding because that's how bad these episodes are. I mean, they're so fucking boring and it's such a bad act that I mean, my attention span is so low, honestly, just watching these shows. I mean, it's like the more and more I see these girls, it's like, oh my God. First of all, what are they paying these people? And the reason why I say that is because, damn, you couldn't get anybody better. I mean, really, I mean, this is ridiculous. Where do we start? Where do we fucking start? Okay, so they first start showing Tara talking to Peter, and he's in the studio looking grimy as a motherfucker. I mean, this nigga got so much grit and grime on his ass. I mean, he can't even play it off anymore. I mean, he is drowning in his grime, okay? I mean, this shit is really fucking pathetic. And then Tara, she's coming along now trying to act like she's so prim and proper. And I'm not really surprised that they would put her in a position of saying that she's in control of some etiquette class, which I think that is total and utter bullshit. And anybody who would go to her etiquette class is an idiot. I mean, please, there's a millions and millions of other places you can go except for this woman who's stuck in a triangle. I mean, she's the last person who should be fucking teaching anything about fucking etiquette. But when you look at it, look at who she's teaching etiquette to. But hopefully we're not going to get into that just yet. So she's sitting in the studio and she's still trying to like dissect this nigga's fucking heart like a fucking frog on the table, trying to find out how the fuck did they get to that place. But I mean, really, honestly, I mean, Tara, didn't you do? I mean, he was with somebody else. According to the blogs, he was married before or some wild shit. I don't know. This man got like 1,000 kids. You know what I'm saying? So he has some relationships. And it's like, this is, I mean, really, this whole shit is, I mean, even their situation is about tired now. It's about just you guys just go on your own island and figure this shit out. Cause both of you bitches in my fucking eye, from what I see, both of those bitches are grimy. All right. Both of them got instant karma for the shit that they did to one another and the shit that they was doing with this other women. And thank God those bitches, whoever those other women that Peter had children with and had relationships and had children with, thank God. Okay. These women jumped off the love boat and right into a lifesaver and got their ass far away from his grit and grimy ass. Cause I mean, this man is so, I mean, you could look at him, he's so fucking confused. And I'm like, I'm looking at this man, I'm like, this is a grown, funky ass man. This man has a daughter that's damn near like in her mid 20s. I mean, and you could see his daughter. I mean, she's looking at Amina like, look at this pathetic woman who's dealing with my father, who she knew from the jump that he was some fucking playboy. And I mean, even the daughter is looking at them like clueless. Really. This whole shit is just, it's really pathetic at this point. I mean, and like I said, it's so tiring and it's so boring. I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, if this, I mean, I know that they took more than these clips. Obviously, everybody knows that who has a brain. I mean, it wasn't just that particular clip where we saw them in the studio, but if this is the best, okay, if this is the best clip that they could have sliced out of all these different movie clips or whatever the fuck they filmed, this shit is pretty bad. And again, that's why I went back to say, like, what are these people getting paid? Because when I watched Vlad TV not too long ago with Cardi B on there, and she was saying how she couldn't say certain shit because she might get sued for the little bit of crumbs that they're giving her. So that made me think, well, damn, shit, they might not be paying these people that much money, because there's no way in the world these people are damn near dragging their feet on this show. I mean, it's like if you work for a job, like that first job you had as a teenager, you was all excited, you put your all in all into it. And then you got that second job, you put a little bit of all in all to it. And then when you started going for that third and that fourth and whatever other jobs that you had as you grew into maturity and into the business arena, whether you have your own business or whether you're working for a business, as you get older, you actually notice that your workmanship may not be up to par as it was when you first got your job as a teenager, because now that you're older, you actually see your paycheck and then you see what they're demanding from you, and you're like, wait a minute, these people want me to act like the fucking manager for this company, but I'm like at the like level 1 of this shit, like, and then your attitude matches up to your paycheck, and then you don't get the quality performance. And this is what I'm seeing when I'm looking at this Love and Hip Hop. I'm like, these people are like, they're not putting any effort. I mean, it's like everybody is just like going through the motions, and they're like, you know what? Let's just go and get this paycheck and get the fuck up out of this episode. I mean, that's how everybody really looks, and that's how they're acting. And if the best that they was able to get was Mariah Lynn, Mo, Lexi, and the other girl, if this is the best that they can get as far as the cast members, it makes me wonder, Did Love and Hip Hop, did the budget, did it go down? Because I mean, there's no way in the world that this is the best that they could find for Love and Hip Hop to represent Love and Hip Hop. This, I mean, this cast is terrible, damn near. Let me just let me play this shit again. I mean, like I said, I am struggling over here, okay? Struggling to find something good about this show. Okay, now as I'm fast forwarding, I'm looking at Mariah Lynn have this fake ass argument with Mo over Cisco, who's clearly a snake. I mean, I kind of do like Mariah Lynn and Cisco or whatever the hell his name is. I kind of like them together. I think they do make a good couple. They look cute together. But we all know that guy is not going to stay with her. And to be honest with you, I think he got a little fetish for black girls. I don't know. I might be reading into this a little bit too much, but that's what I see. I see that he has a fetish. He has a thing, okay, for those chocolate bunnies. So Mariah Lynn needs to stop living in dreamland because I don't see him. I don't see him hanging out with her for too long. I mean, he's probably going through the motions, trying to fill in some gaps to make the show look a little bit better. But please, that shit is a gimmick, and I doubt it very much if he's gonna be with that chick. So right now I'm watching the clip of when Menadices um he walked into the park and he had two ice cream cones and Yandy, Yandy is looking really, really good. I like the way Yandy represents herself. I mean, she's definitely on point. Definitely on point. And I see why she is a manager and why, a couple of groups that she's had turned out to be very successful because the way she carries herself, I mean, as a black woman, she does represent the black culture in a positive light. So I really do appreciate Yandy. I like the representation that she's been bringing on these shows so far, that you don't have to be ratchet, that you can be married, and you can have a beautiful black family and you can make it work, and I love that. I really, really love that about Yandy and Menadices. And I know a lot of you, even me, myself, in the beginning, I thought that Menadices was a little creep, but over time watching the show and watching the way that he presents himself, I mean, I'm kind of feeling him too. And to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest with you guys tonight. To be honest, and I haven't really seen like the Pap and the Remy because and let me go to where Charlemagne has said that, because even Charlemagne was saying that how we need to see more Remy and Pap. I'm gonna read that articles to you guys tonight. Where Charlemagne was saying that how we need to see a little bit more Pap and Rem, and he ain't lying. Let me see if I could pull this up real quick. But anyway, let me go back to Andy and Menadices, man. I mean, and when he came in the park and he handed his son, he jumped off the slide. He took the ice cream and you could see Yandy, her face, it brightened up and you could tell that she felt so content. She was secure. And it was lovely to see, a black woman, with young children, married. And even though they're going through trials and tribulations right now, they're still trying to make it into a real positive situation. So I was really, really loving the vibe. I mean, I really was loving the vibe. And I'm not saying that this was a good thing that happens to Menadices, and to be honest with you, I know there's a lot of rumors going around. I know people are saying this, that. I'm not going to get into all that negativity right now, but if you're on the blocks, if you listen to the streets, if your ears is on the ground, I mean, you already know what the streets are saying about the whole Medici shit. But to be honest with you, I don't. I really hope that Medici doesn't go to jail. I hope he don't go to jail, honestly, because I see him as a reformed person. Again, I'm not gonna go in depth with it. I don't know what the fuck he did. I don't know anything that's going on. But let's look at it on the positive side of things. If he did nothing wrong, or if he's in a position to be rehabilitated, and if his punishment could be, staying home with the family and doing the right thing for your family. I would want that more so to be the punishment because, again, Yandy, she looks like a beautiful person. She has a lot of things going on for herself. She's built herself up to this point. She's trying to hold down the family. And, to see them divide that black family and it's going so positive, it really is sad. And I really hope that things work out. Such a beautiful family. I love it. Um, and I'm really, really happy about Andy and Menedici. So far, they're holding things together. That's pretty much all I have to say about them two. Um, I like that part of the show, even though it was very short. And it's crazy because a lot of these skits are really, really short, to be honest with you. And that's making me wonder, like, what the hell is going on? Anyway, let's talk about Mariah Lynn. Mariah Lynn. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. Now I see why, people are trying to work with Mariah Lynn. This girl has a grown ass mother, and her mother is like getting busted for fucking petty crimes. Like, I don't know, she stole some shit. I don't know what was up with her mother, and then how she had to take her rent money and bail her mother out. Her mother was gonna go and do time while she's pregnant now, saying that she feels like going back and doing drugs. While you're saying this while you're pregnant, like, that's the psychology. That's how fucked up you are in the head right now, that you would even think in that context. And here you have your daughter who's on reality TV busting her fucking ass, because if you look at Mariah Lynn, you can tell that little feisty thing, and she's kicking ass trying to get some type of assistance any way she can, in the industry, because her mother is a fucking idiot. And instead of her mother being there as a support guide, she's leaning on Mariah Lynn as if Mariah Lynn is her mother, and she's playing the role of Mariah Lynn, like, the little girl who needs to be rescued. And it's so fucking sick when you see their relationship, and she's like sitting down there giving her grown ass mother counsel after counsel and support after support. I mean, now I see why Mariah Lynn looks stressed out. She's taking care of a grown ass childlike mother who, I mean, is still in fucking high school. I mean, Mariah Lynn, I looked at you differently before the scene, and I really have to support this chick. I mean, for her to be going through what she's going through, she's worried. She's giving up her money, trying to help her mother, and she's trying to make it in the business arena. I mean, this girl got a whole bunch of luggage on her back. She really and truly does. So I see why she's the one doing the show. But honestly, is this what Love and Hip Hop is about now? This is what Love and Hip Hop is about. This is what they're showing us on TV. Is this how fucking screwed up the minority community is? Wow. And Mariah Lynn, she's looking totally confused. She's damn near crying in the cab. She's worried sick about her mother. She looks worried, like she's not eating. I mean, it's just it's a fucking mess. It really, really is a fucking mess. And it really is a shame. And I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed that Mariah Lynn, as old as her mother fucking looks, she's fucking pregnant, which is nothing wrong with that. But come on. She needs to grow up, and she needs to like really be the backbone for her daughter, if anything, not the other way around. So I mean that scene was very disappointing, and it was sad. And I really feel for Mariah Lynn, and I just hope her mother gets it together. But to be honest, I mean, her mother's mind is so childlike. I just don't even see her getting it together. And talking about childlike, Cardi B, I mean, like I said in my last episode, if you heard my last episode about her jokes, her jokes is like kind of getting worn out to me right now. And like I said in my last episode, her jokes at first I thought it was funny. Um, I laughed at a few of her jokes, but then I saw that it was really no longer funny. It was becoming more, okay, she's funny because she's so ignorant that she doesn't know better type joke. That's what it's coming across to me now. And it really isn't cute. It really isn't cute. And it just makes me go back to the time where she said she was working for the supermarket. Again, probably her that being her first job. And then she went from her first job straight to the strip club. And you could see the gap. You could see, how she may have fucked up along the line, because now she's made it cute to the point where she's made her ignorance cute. And a lot of the majority of society, they think that that's cute. And what you're going to find is you're going to find a lot of young girls, okay, trying to emulate the same behavior and go down the same track, okay, and then glamorize and put glaze over ignorance, and all you have to do is get injected in the ass, put some plastic in your breast, and be as ignorant as you want to be, and then you may be on TV. I mean, the whole fucking logic about this whole shit is just ugh. I could tell you one thing. This Love and Hip Hop New York shit is nothing compared to when Tahiri Joe Buttons was on the first episode. Um who else was on the Love and Hip Hop 6? I can't even remember who was on the Love and Hip Hop New York in the first time. Right now I'm not even trying to think that far back, but this shit right here, man, it's like they got a bunch of girls from the projects, like, and it was like they proposed a couple of people to be on the Love and Hip Hop show, and everybody was like no, so they just like resorted to these chicks. That's what it seems like, because I'm like, damn, you mean to tell me y'all couldn't find anybody better than Cardi B? Not saying that there's nothing wrong with her, but to me her ignorance is just not cute no more. It really isn't cute. It really and truly isn't. I don't like it. Everybody might think she's cute, she's funny, this, that, and the third, but to me, this shit is fucking annoying now. Get your shit together, like I said in the last episode, because I'm not really feeling it. And all that, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I don't like that. That shit's getting corny and it's getting played out. A lot of people may not like it because of what I just said, but hey, this is my opinion. And if you don't like it, oh well, too bad. You know what I'm saying? But this is how I feel. I think it's corny and it's played out now. And Amina was sitting there with Peter Gunn's oldest daughter, and she was looking ridiculous and all sneaky and snaky and shit like that. And when his daughter was like, how Peter had warned his daughter about messing around with guys like him, you could see that Amina got checked. Like she got a reality check when she heard his daughter say that. And she, you know what? You may need to get that reality check because it seems like she works so hard on trying to get Peter, and the massive manipulation and all the sex that they may have been having, and all this lust to the point where he converted over to Amina, but he really didn't break up the relationship with Tara. And now she's getting smacked in her face with reality by talking to his oldest daughter about how creepy her father is. But anyway, I pretty much think that I went on and on about this episode, which is, it wasn't really nothing to go on and on about because the episode was so fucking boring, man. I mean, I'm gonna have to, I mean, seriously, I'm not even looking forward to the next episode because that's how whack 4 and 5 has been. And it was a total decline. Episode 2 was okay. Episode 3, I was rewinding. Episode 4, again, rewinding. Episode 5, still rewinding. And like I said, it's just, it's not getting any better. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it right now. Um, listen out for my next review. I'm sure it's gonna be a struggle as this one is now. All right. So check you guys later. Bye.